Hello, freak bitches. He's hilarious. Yeah. That's what happens when you have $500 million.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
guess
care.
so.
You don't give a fuck.
I guess so.
Well, he didn't give a fuck in the beginning, which is why he was perfect for the UFC.
Oh, I sent him a picture. He went right before he, or right after he did the whole deal where they sold and everything. He was on like ESPN. He was on some show, and he was just slouched over, looked like a pile of crap. And I took a picture of it and I sent it to him. I said, "Bro, why don't you sit like you have $400 million in the bank, or at least invest in some fucking fitness shit or something?" And I sent him a picture just all slumped over like this.
I think he's super stressed.
I think he's better now. I think at that time was like a crazy ass time.
Well, could you imagine you're about to get involved in a $4 billion deal? And then how about afterwards, all this shit starts falling apart. Ronda gets murked. Conor decides to go to boxing. You know, the sport's falling off in a lot of the pay-per-view buys. Jon Jones tests positive again. Like,
Dude, what's up with
like
that,
so much.
bro?
I mean, he was on his way to being a next gigantic superstar, right? I mean, if you take away his time off, right? The time off where he get busted before, he had to take a whole year off because of the dick pills, all this different stuff, the time off from the car accident, take all the time off and John keeps winning and you got a goddamn gigantic superstar. The likes of like anybody that's ever been in the UFC, maybe even right up there with Conor. I mean,
Dude,
you don't know.
Even I mean, all the negative stuff that's happened to Jon Jones, people are still booing DC and cheering him.
Crazy.
I mean, William Morris has some great PR going behind
I don't
the
think
guy.
it's that. I don't think it's that at all. I don't think they have the brain. I don't think anybody alive has the brains to organize public response. I think people tweet to people. They love Jon because what Jon is, first of all, he's a ruthless killer inside the octagon, and then he fucks up, but he's still a bad motherfucker. Like he rises to the occasion.
But there was time where he was getting booed and everything, and then he took the time off, and then by the time he came back, people were back on his side. It's like, you know,
when was he getting booed? When was he getting booed?
Remember, he was getting booed like before he got suspended the time before.
Really?
Yeah.
When he tested positive for coke?
I can't remember.
I don't remember him getting booed. And if he was, it was nothing like DC. DC wins fights and gets booed.
It's crazy.
You know, I mean, he beats Rumble, he gets booed. People get mad at him. They got mad at him when he beat Rumble. Remember? They were booing him. Like, what are you booing? The guy just fucking choked out Rumble Johnson. Like, how are you booing for the second time? How are you booing? I don't get it. But you can't. The public.
You can't control.
They're fickle.
They
just decide
who
they like.
Hate. Yeah, exactly.
They decide who they love and they decide who they hate. I'll tell you what, though, John's speech after he beat DC was beautiful.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was.
It was great, but it was followed up by
a steroid test. That's why it's so sad. Look, I'm hoping, just like everybody else, that there's some sort of a fuck up.
Yeah.
And then we figure out that something happened, something was wrong.
Well, I haven't really followed it too much, so I don't really know the details.
It's not good.
No.
It's not good. Well, he tested positive for something that only shows up in urine tests. And so they did him a urine test after the weigh-ins. He tested positive for this stuff. And then they did a blood test. And, you know, his camp is saying, oh, it's not in the blood test. Well, they don't test for it in the blood test.
Yeah,
that's why they do a urine test and a blood test. It's two different tests.
And it's like D-ball, like the main...
T-ball. Tyrannoball or something like that. It's a weird substance that not a lot of people take. So... apparently, Chael Sonnen was talking about it, that if he's taken that, like this is some real old school steroid. It's like a short-acting, short half-life steroid.
All that trips me out, man.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I just don't think. I mean, what are you proving? That's my whole thing.
Well, he must have felt like he needed some sort of an edge if he took it.
Yeah.
If he took it, or the real problem is, or was he taking stuff the whole time? Did he get involved with those powerlifter dudes and start taking shit? Because remember, he got fucking super jacked.
Oh, dude, he was massive.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like he was going to heavyweight. He looked huge. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to speculate at all, really.
Yeah, I know.
But